Despite so much chaos and uncertainty around travel right now, there is one destination that's gaining in popularity. A report by Trivago says November cancellations are about a third higher than normal. Those who are travelling are either opting for staycations or they're going to Dubai, which appeared in top 10 searches for holiday travel in both the US and parts of Europe. And to declare an interest, I'm going to Dubai, flying to Dubai tonight myself. Alex Hefer is with me, the Chief Executive of Trivago. He joins me from Dusseldorf. Good evening to you, Alex. Good to see you. This is interesting, isn't it? Because, I mean, Dubai seems to have cornered this winter. We know it's always had the winter sun, but are you surprised that it's held its own?
I mean, what is currently driving the travel trend is more the expectation whether you will have any troubles in getting to the destination and coming back. And I guess Dubai has managed that quite well in the last 1.5 years, and is therefore considered a safer place to go to and to offer a safe return.
But if you just give my example tonight, I mean, I'm flying from New York to London to Dubai, and Dubai requires US travellers to go on a 72-hour PCR. But if I connect in London, it's not clear whether it's 72 or 48. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you about that. I'm going to sort of point, because, you know, the UK has a 48-hour requirement, but it's not clear on the transit. My question is, there is still this level of uncertainty, isn't there? It is difficult to get the right answer.
It is very difficult. I have to agree. And I mean, even being in the business and looking at the restrictions almost every day, it's almost impossible to stay on top of it. And that's also the primary reason from our perspective why the little travel that is happening right now is predominantly domestic, because travelers are just confused and don't really know what to expect.
And the risk, of course, is you get it wrong. Now, if we look to how you view 2022 panning out. Now, assume for the purpose of this question that Omicron dissipates, it sort of wends its merry way, and there's no other variant of note. Would you expect a bumper Easter and summer?
I have to say, I do expect other variants to come up, but I do think that the positive, I mean, if there is a positive in a new variant, obviously, in Omicron, is that there is wider and wider acceptance that we will need continuous boosters to the vaccine. And I do expect that by Easter would be quite early, but by early summer for sure, we will see something that is very close to the new normal, with new variants coming up, and then being managed by the governments and by the travelers over time.
And the ability of the industry to manage this, I mean, there is now a well of experience, but it's still, the industry is still going to be buffeted by the fact suddenly passengers decide we're not travelling, we're not going.
Yeah, I mean, it is very tough to manage, to be honest. You need to stay very, very flexible and ramp up and down your capacity, relatively speaking, quickly. On the other hand, we have been in this situation now for almost 2 years. And at a certain point in time, obviously, you get used to it. The biggest concern and the biggest struggle from my perspective in the industry is that the complete stop of activity leads to a loss of labor. And there is labor shortage already right now everywhere, and it will take years to recover to the old staffing levels. And whoever can recover and can staff up more quickly will have a significant advantage in the recovery in the years to come.